Good evening, race fans, and welcome to Backfire Simsport TV. I'm Clyde Whiting, and tonight, V8ESC brought to you by Simability. Season 11 gets underway from the fantastic, tricky, tight, and small Knockhill circuit in Scotland. In the booth with me tonight, fresh from not crashing the car at Daytona, purely because he hasn't driven it yet, it's Pete Bingham. Or perhaps it's not Pete Bingham.
Okay, Pete's dead.
Yeah, we think Pete has just died live on air, so rest in peace, Pete. We'll crack on without you. Also in the booth with me tonight, doing the cameras and all the magic you see on your screens, it is Mr. Sam Boozin. Good evening.
Good evening, Clyde. Good evening, not Pete. Before we start, I just want to mention Jimmy Wilson. He helped me for the cameras for the V8, so shout out to him. Thanks, Jamie.
Yeah,
can you really not hear me?
We can now.
Ah, right, okay. In that case, good evening, everybody.
I have no idea what happened. Unfortunately, Sammy hasn't died, so we'll have to carry on with him. So, Pete, Knockhill. What a track to start a season on.
Yeah, we couldn't have chosen a more technically challenging one. It's going to be a bit like fighter pilots in a teacup, this, isn't it? It's weird. These are super powerful cars and such a tight and twisty Knockhill circuit. I don't know what the track temperature is. I'm going to have a quick look because you want it fairly low. 23 is probably about right to get a decent amount of grip around here. I've driven the track a couple of times, badly both times. I do like it, don't get me wrong, but in V8s, wow, I mean that's a challenge. Some of these curves are beastly as well, like whoa, that one that just drove over my head nearly. I need to go onto your cameras so that I can see what you're seeing.
Has it ever been 23 degrees in Scotland?
No, never. It must be some sort of nuclear fallout or something.
Yeah, so, you say, what a Bill's saying, isn't it? Fighter pilots in a teacup. We're probably looking at, 47-second lap? It's a bit like a Silverstone National or a Brands Hatch Indy, isn't it?
Yeah.
But with more bumps.
Lots of bumps, yeah. Lots of places that really disturb the car. I've hit them all, I think, in one format or another. And the elevation change catches a lot of people out in certain cars, and this car's going to be horrendous for that, I would think.
Yeah, and something I found out today that I didn't know, this is actually Scotland's only permanent racing circuit.
Yeah, normally they just chug down a load of whiskey and go racing between Glasgow and Edinburgh. This one's the one that they do officially and legally. And you can see how much curb they're taking on some of these corners. It almost looks like they're violating track limits on purpose, which I suppose they are, but it's within the racing line of iRacing.
Yeah, that's very true. So, for people who don't know what this is about, this is the Simability V8 European Supercar Series. We are in season 11. We race every other Saturday. There is a mixture of sprint and feature night and also endurance nights. Tonight is a sprint feature, so we have a 30-minute sprint race, followed immediately by a 60-minute feature race. The cars are fuel limited, so you won't see anybody stopping in the sprint race, but you most certainly will see cars stopping in the feature race. And then later on in the season, we have some endurance rounds which are 2 hours long. Now, we don't actually set schedule for this. We follow the iRacing schedule that they put out. Obviously, as we run once a fortnight, we can't release a full schedule until we actually know what iRacing are doing. But we certainly always get some very, very interesting track. Championship-wise, all drivers compete in the Simability Cup, which is the overall drivers' championship. There is also a Simability Team Championship. Teams are made up of 3 drivers, and the top 2 scoring drivers in each round count towards the team score. There's also a Safe Driver Award, and this is calculated on incidents per corner over the whole season, so we can see who's safe and who's not. We also have the Fred Bingham Forever Forward Award. That award at the end of the season goes to the driver that has made up the most places in the season. And then new to this season, we have the Simability head-to-head. Now, we made the draw last time out when we had our media day. Sorry, I was trying to think of what the name for it was then. And we had some very interesting drivers seeded against each other. The way it works is drivers are drawn into 4 groups. Over the first 6 race days, they accumulate as many points as they can, and then the top 2 in each group go through to the quarterfinals, where they race each other on points in a head-to-head format. Quick rundown of the group. Group 1, Ryan Walker, Jamie Wilson, Dan Dracy, Miro Haskey, Stephen Phillips, Wobbly Kneecapped, Nikolai Bogotyrev, and Nikolol Foggy. Group 2, Adam Wright, Stephen Goebel, I can't read tonight, Ivan Bowmans, Ryan James, Duncan Cope, Kylie Haddington, Arturus Condelis, and Simon Trendle. In Group 3, we have Kenzie Muoff, Greg Carr, Andrew Hoffman, Connor Daly, Chris Jackson, Rob Woodhouse and Tyler Newitt. And in Group 4, we have William Blackwell Chambers, Ant Woodward, Tony Kloosterman, John Canizaro, Blake Delaney, Vincent Skilbeck, and Marco Lower. The head-to-head in our TCR GT4 Championship is just finished the group stages, and that has thrown up some excellent head-to-heads in the next round, so really looking forward to this one. Only other things to note is incident points. So drivers this season have only got 15 incident points to play with. After that, they get a drive-through penalty and a further drive-through penalty every 15 incident points after that. 5 bonus points for pole position, 5 bonus points for fastest lap. Any driver that leads a lap gets a bonus point, and they can get up to a maximum of 5. And any incident points drivers collect get knocked off of their total score. So I think I've hopefully mentioned all the rules that people need to know about, Pete, unless you can add anything else.
No, very comprehensive. Thanks, Clyde. Just watching a lot of drivers, including Car 11, or Car 1 as he's renamed himself. Can't think why. Losing it in various different places around the track. It's a feature of Knockhill, so I think the racing is going to be quite tasty tonight. I know he's pushing because he's in qualifying, but you're going to have to push the whole way around this track because it's going to be a busy lap, Clyde. There's not going to be anywhere you can just think about what you're going to have for tomorrow's dinner and things like that. This is going to be full on and frantic. This.
Oh, you're 100% correct. This track, you are always doing something. Any of the drivers, I know, for instance, Tyler Newitt has done a double or a triple stint at Daytona, where fuel saving is fairly easy. There's some straights and oval sections where you can relax and like you say, work out what you're going to have for dinner and things like that. That ain't going to happen around here. There's going to be 18 cars on the track. There's going to be action everywhere, And it is one of those tracks, as you see with British touring cars. You have to take the curbs because it helps you get round the corner, but you get it slightly wrong and it fires your car off in a totally different direction to what you expect.
Yeah, and where other cars are putting you offline and onto a line that you wouldn't normally hit a curb from that particular angle or direction, it really does put you off. I mean, some of the best drivers in the world, real world or simulated, they struggle with that all the time. And you don't have much room on the track. It's not very wide, is it? It's quite narrow in most places.
Yeah, it's a bike track, basically.
Yeah.
It's certainly interesting. As we see Vincent Skilbeck just driving around the outside of the circuit, making sure that all the safety barriers are in the correct place and doing their job.
I think he's checking for litter. he's done nearly a full lap. Oh, and look, Miro's following him.
Yeah, Miro's just double checking.
Yeah.
What Vincent was checking. So thanks for that, guys. Nice double check on that section of the track. Right, so we are currently in the 15-minute qualifying session. 11 minutes have gone. Our champion of season 10, Chris Jackson, currently leads the way with his teammate Tony Kloosterman just behind him, and then Adam Wright doing really, really well up there in fourth, and Woodward, someone who's been supremely quick round here in practice, I've been told, currently sits fourth, and Simon Trendle in fifth. I think qualifying is going to be all important, isn't it, Pete?
Yeah, because overtaking round here, it's not going to be a follow my leader race at all. It's not going to be one train that never does any overtaking, but you've got to be brave to overtake round here. You've got to know what you're doing, know your car, be in complete control, otherwise you're going to wipe out like multiple cars. It's not going to be you and the other guy, it's going to be you, the other guy, all the people in front of you, and most of the people behind you.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think if we do see accident round here, there are going to be innocent bystanders, aren't there?
Yeah, that just get wiped out because the barriers, they're not far off the track on this one. So there's certain places you can literally bounce off the wall and end up back on the track. I think, whoa, 2 wheels for Jamie Wilson. So there's some places like over this crest, funnily enough, where you can end up back in the racing line sideways. So we're going to have to see what happens with this.
There's a message for you on the chat already, Pete. So you're already popular.
I hate him. He's such a knob, isn't he? Yeah, that's my racing teammate. You wouldn't believe it. They've been absolutely ripping me. I've not even got in the car yet. They've been having a pop at me in our little chat for the Daytona race.
Well, I'd love to say you don't deserve it, but you do.
Yeah, that's true.
Right, 18 V8s. The track is 1.26 miles. I think by 10, 15 minutes in, there's not going to be many pieces of empty track.
No, and I don't think that all of these cars are going to look like when they started. I think we're going to end up with a few banged up cars. I'm just trying to think the names of the people that are missing at the minute. So Greg Carr's not with us. Well, I can see anyway.
Yeah, I've actually got one of my screens somewhere.
Is it a list of excuses?
No, I leave that to you. Our entry list. So, we've got no Blake Delaney, have we? No Dan Dracier, no John Canizzaro, Andrew Hoffman, Duncan Cope, William Blackwell Chambers, no Wobbly Kneecap, no Greg Carr, no Ryan James. Foggy's not here, Connor Daly's not here, Ryan Walker's not here, and that's about it.
Yeah. If they had all turned up though, they'd have been pushing each other around the track. There'd be no spare track between cars. I think when you're talking about a race on Daytona weekend, 18 cars is pretty damn good, though, isn't it?
Yes. I fully expected, as we were saying off air, to get about a dozen cars on track tonight, because the Daytona 24 comes around but once a year.
Yeah.
And I know people enjoy it, and I know teams like, obviously we've put joint teams in with RWC Racing this year, and a lot of work has gone into the scheduling so that people can still drive in this and the D24. But other teams, they will just concentrate on that, and that's up to them. I'm sure next time out, we will be fairly packed out.
Yeah.
Anyway, the grid is up, Pete.
Yeah, so for tonight, your pole man is Chris Jackson, no surprises. For NQR North America, Kenzie Niehoff goes off second for Racing Forces with a new paint scheme. Tony Klusterman goes off third for Never Quit Racing North America. Adam Wright off fourth for BSTV Esports Green. Bob Woodhouse off fifth for NQR Europe. His teammate, Ant Woodward, off sixth. Seventh is Simon Trendle for Team Chimera, and his teammate, Jamie Wilson, off eighth. Tyler Newitt, fresh out of the car at Daytona, 9th. Arturas Kandulis off 10th for Zekarul Esports. Nikolai Bogotarov, 11th for NQR Europe. Stephen Phillips for Dashan Racing off 12th. Just waiting for it to trip over on my screen. 13th is Miro Hraski for PCS. Marco Lewert is 14th for VTS Esports. 15th is Stefan Goebel for VTS Esports as well. Vincent Skilbeck goes off 16th in his wheelie bin. 17th is Ivan Batmans in the Track Velocity racing car. And Jason Haddington rounds out the field in 18th for RWC Racing.
Well done. And just to let folks know, Vincent Skilbeck from 16th has had an internet issue and won't be taking the start. Anyway, the lights are coming on. Here we go, fast and furious, bring it on. Holy schmoly, that was 4 wide.
Yeah, and there's all sorts of carnage at the back. I think there was a dash hound involved in that.
There was, I believe, there was a Miro Hraski, a Stephen Phillips, definitely a Marco Lewert, probably an Ivan Bowmans as well.
Yeah, we'll do a forensic analysis of that in a minute, because all these guys are piling through all these tight and twisty turns of Knockhill.
Yeah, and Kenzie Niehoff, doesn't say he's moved up a position, but I'm sure Tony Klusterman was second.
Well, that was someone way wide. 265, is that Ant Woodward?
Ant Woodward.
Yeah, very wide. Lost a couple of positions there. Going up the hill.
And the collector of incident points, Woodward.
Yeah. He's a magnet, isn't he? Here we go, it's still going on further back here. Who's that in the Z car? That's Arturas Kandulis.
Yeah.
Oh, is that an overtake there from Adam?
That
It is.
I'm not quite sure what's happened, but Tony Klusterman is back in second. Kenzie's now fourth. And Adam Wright in third.
And I think Kenzie's about to get Bob Woodhouse here. He's got the racing line for the first turn for a start. Somebody coming out of the pits.
That could be Vincent Skilbeck.
That's Nikolai actually coming out of the pits.
I've seen Vincent has managed to reconnect. So he may just trot round to get some experience.
Yeah, on Bob Woodhouse's bonnet at the minute. You can see how bumpy this track is as we climb up and over the crest of the hill.
Yeah, the car's already covering half of the track. Whoa!
Oh! Oh, Woody! Yeah, that's... Well, his car doesn't look very damaged, but...
It doesn't, does it?
No, those must be like not the non-concrete version of tyres on iRacing. That's massive. Sorry, solid air.
Solid air. Solid air.
Solid air. slow moving somebody behind on Woodward there. Jason Haddington, I think. Back at the front though.
Kylie's not had a spin, has he?
Kylie. So Simon Trendle and Arturus going at it. Simon's got that. You don't want to be right out there, Arturus. I think that's the second position he's lost at the hairpin. Is it Taylor's? Is that the hairpin? I think it is.
I believe it is Taylor's, yes.
Are they all named after Scotch?
Well, one of them's called Duffer's Dip, isn't it? That's quite good.
Yeah, that's the end of the main straight, isn't
That
it?
is, yeah. I did put Sam to the test at Okayama with the names of the first corner and the last corner, and he failed miserably.
Isn't it first corner and last corner?
Yeah.
That's class.
And you know what the name of the chicane is round here?
Is it going to be chicane?
Yeah.
Oh dear. Oh.
I was just, yeah, it was like there was a gap there, but
There wasn't.
unfortunately for Marco, it was always going to close.
Yeah. Agree. Oh dear. Room for a little one, but there was only a big one.
Yeah. You might have got an MX-5 through there.
Yeah, or a push bike. Or someone shuffling sideways, keeping their arms to their sides. That was all the room was for that. So Tyler Newitt puts a position, puts Bob Woodhouse a position down, I was going to say. Clearly Tyler's still got GT3 in mind at Daytona. Hope he didn't get his corners wrong.
He's pretending he's a P2, isn't he? That's what
Yeah, I think so, yeah. Look at that, you can't get any nearer.
There's a little nudge there as well.
There was, just a touch. You can see how overtaking opportunities are plenty. There are not. You've probably got into this turn if you were kind of already alongside, and that is the chicane. And then you roll down towards, I think this corner's called Clark, before you go on to the big sweeper. Oh no, this is the hairpin again. Was in completely the wrong place on the track. Unlike me to be wrong.
Yeah, so into Duffer's Dip. And then into McIntyre.
You've got a track map on screen, haven't you?
Nope, oh, I've got one in my hand. Butchers, chicane, and then the Brabham Straight.
Yeah. They've named one after dog food, that's nice.
We will then go around Clark at some point. Down the Railway Straight, and then Taylor's. And that really is the lap complete. That's how quick it is.
Official, if you get one incident point, you lose like 400 safety rating because there's so few turns on the track. Well, that was a good turn by Ivan. That was brilliant. I know that Stephen's down on power clearly because his engine's in his passenger seat, but
Do you think we could have an on-board with our leader, Sam, just for a full lap as he crosses the line, just to give people an idea of what this track looks like from a driver's eye view?
so up the hill, with the crest we go and into Duffer's Dip. You see why it's a dip in a second, because you dive through this thing here. Crazy that. This is McIntyre. Butchers is the next one. You're still going downhill here, and then you climb again through the chicane, which is just bumpy as you like.
And blind.
And blind, yeah, you've got full confidence in where you're going, where you're pointing, and the car itself. And then this is, do you call it Railway Straight?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then this ridiculous uphill hairpin tailors. The car wants to do everything but do what you want it to. It's a bit weird. Ooh, it's like choked up there a little. And that's it. It's what was the Australian one that's super tiny that we go to pretty regular that doesn't exist anymore?
Oh yeah.
Oran Park.
Oran Park.
Cheers, Sam. It's not too dissimilar, is it? Lots of elevation change, really tight corners, some blind turns. It's not too dissimilar, but it's the other way around because it's
And
this one's
256 version of each.
yeah, so many different versions, so many. So this is Simon. He's not moved either way since the start, even though he's been in the thick of the action. But he's definitely on the back of Bob Woodhouse here. Oh, Bob! No, the other way, other way.
And
So about
trying to get places back.
I'm doing so. Is that Bob still? No, he's done a lot of gardening there. A lot of litter picking. This is Miro trying to make his way back through behind Ant as well.
I think Bob did that on purpose just to get himself in the reverse pole position.
The background Ivan, he's not usually this far down the field, but of course he was in that start over. Wow, that was a big waggle. Oh my god. I
That
mean,
was Miro.
that was worth an award, that one. He recovered that car from certain death. The only way to describe the position of that car.
Simon now. Simon's ragging that car.
He is, yeah. I reckon about this point, there's quite a lot of rear tyres that are screaming, please don't hurt me anymore. But,
Yeah, and we're only a third of the way through.
oh my god. An hour of this in a minute, it's going to be a proper marathon for these rear tyres.
Leaders not far behind 16th place, Kylie Haddington.
Kylie! What was long especially for you?
No, spinning around.
Spinning around, there we go. So that's Marco Lewert in front.
There's his nickname on the rear wing there, Mago. I don't know.
Oh, why
Anything
didn't
to do with his manhood, maybe?
Maybe, yeah. And along with the unicorn on that spoiler there.
Well, he's got plenty of cooling going on Stephen Phillips' car.
Yeah. There's Ant Woodward. Where is Miro gone? Wasn't Miro right behind Ant Woodward a minute ago?
No, I think Ant Woodward was passing Miro.
I see.
Ant Woodward, obviously we saw him have that little spin, and he has been very, very quick on this track. So,
Right.
Bit of a recovery drive going on.
See Woody's inset picture on the broadcast.
We've got feet and hands tonight. Good job we haven't got face, because that would scare children. But Woody, I really enjoy watching and drive. He is one of the... Whoa! Stephen Phillips just went round.
Yeah.
And Woodward is one of those that does it properly. As you can see, he's got a sequential shifter. You will see him heel and toe as well. There you go.
I mean, it's twice as busy for Ant, isn't it? Because of him doing it properly, as it were.
Yeah. I don't know if is that part of his t-shirt or has he got a seatbelt on as well?
Don't
Is that
know.
a race harness?
That's a seatbelt, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a sling for extracurricular activities.
Well, I can see that there's obviously a smaller screen there that he can see, which has probably got Pornhub on. You just see a massive overcorrection there for man.
Simon Trundle's still blasting his way after Tyler knew it.
Yeah, so Vincent Skilbeck is circulating. He did get back in the session after the start of the race. So just circulating to gain some points.
You read out the list of the absentees. So every position is worth going for at the minute, and because of Knockhill being the way it is, I doubt he'll finish last unless he's already many laps down. I mean, it says he's 4 minutes down at the moment.
Yeah, I think he's about 5 laps behind Nikolai, who's been lapped by the leaders.
Yeah, Tony was a bit wild coming out of Taylor's hairpin. As in the back end was sliding round, but that is Tony's driving style, really, isn't it?
It is lately. It never used to be, did it?
No, it used to be
it
tight.
wasn't very smooth.
Yeah. Oh, Ivan. Checking what those fans were doing, I think.
So Chris Jackson coming up to lap Kylie Haddington now.
It's wide from Adam, I think that was. There's Kylie. Car inside, I think someone's shouting. Oh no, not quite.
Pretty close to him, really wants to get this done.
Yeah, he's let him go. So good effort from Kylie.
That pair have dropped Adam Wright, haven't they?
Yes. Yeah, there's a good 5 seconds to Adam. He's in a world of his own at the moment, I think, Adam Wright. He's got 5 seconds in front of him and 4 behind him. Tyler, that's in the thick of it for BSTV Esports Green.
Yeah, Tyler's in that tricky position, isn't he? Yeah, we say it time and time again. He's got to attack and defend.
Yeah, and not easy with these cars, because stepping it one way or the other mid-straight sometimes can upset the car a little bit too much. So you've got to be careful.
Yeah, and you usually find yourself, don't you? You're trying to gain one place and you end up losing one place.
Yeah, definitely. He's lost a bit of ground there to Kenzie in front of him. A bit of wheel spin.
Hey, yeah.
And all of a sudden Simon gets very interested.
Oh, hello.
Marco Lewert going slowly.
That's Bob Woodhouse.
Jamie Wilson appeared to pass him.
Yeah. Bob Woodhouse and well, actually he's done 2, hasn't he here, Jamie?
Yeah, which that's why.
Oh, that'll be why.
Yeah.
Well, at least he straightened him out.
Yeah.
Bit of a gift for Jamie.
Two leaders off up the hill again.
Yeah, Tony is getting very close to his teammate now. Tony's got any aspirations of getting his championship crown back that I believe he hasn't won since season 2. He's going to have to try and stop last year's champion Chris Jackson from winning too many races.
That's a bit of a beaten up Bob Woodhouse Mustang there, but it's still going the pace, so not too disturbing at the minute.
So
These bits, isn't it? It's that chicane.
Yeah, I'm not so sure damage, like superficial damage, is going to affect these cars too much, is it? Because it's not really an aerodynamic track, is it?
No, not at all. No.
It's more of a wrestling track.
Yep. Don't adjust your sets, folks. In the background there you can see Ant Woodward and also Nikolai Bogotyrev. Nikolai's a lap down. Whoa, that was wobbly.
These guys are fighting for pole position, by the way.
They are, aren't they? Yeah.
Oh, right.
Whoa. Whoa, this is Tyler getting past Kenzie.
It definitely looks that way.
That's a done deal. Yeah.
Or is it? Or is it? No, it's not. There we go. And Woodward on Marco. Got the legs on him here. I think all these cars have got damage of some sort. Oh, that's a bit of shoulder barging.
Yeah, just helping each other around the corner.
Oh, that's more than helpful.
Yeah.
Well, when a car is alongside you, you need to give him space.
You can't just turn in, can you?
I think, well, Ants is fair play to wait because I don't think it's his fault at all.
Not that time.
So Tyler thought he had this job done, and now he's got to do it all again.
Replay of previous. So a bit of a... Both going for the same bit of tarmac there.
I'm going to absolve Marco that time.
I am as well, actually.
Well, I think the hit on turn 1 did
that one
provoke
was
the
a
issue,
turn-in,
so, you know, without that hit, I think Ant would have been alongside and I would have been on the... But yeah, I mean, it's 50-50, let's say it.
Yeah. I mean, there's not many places to put your car, is there, if someone's alongside you through that area anyway?
No, and again, you know, we've seen it on numerous tracks. I think we spoke about it at Media Day at Watkins Glen. Hello, hello.
Oh my God, how did that not amount to more? Kenzie just got a little bump on the corner of Tyler's car. That was all it was, just a little nudge. There. Was it wheel to wheel, was it? I mean, he did really well not to absolutely fire that off into the scenery.
Well, that was probably the best place on the track to do that, wasn't it?
Yeah, oh, and then Tyler's decided to go gardening. Oh, went a bit waggly through the bit leading up to, I think it's the chicane, yeah.
Yeah, as I was saying before that piece of action, again, it is one of those tracks where, you know, you have to probably put your car where you don't want to put your car, or where you wouldn't normally put your car, and hope that the other car is compliant.
Yeah.
Otherwise, there's going to be touching. You don't fit lane, eh?
Was that car in pit road?
Yeah, was it Woodward?
I don't know, but Tony's strobing a bit.
Yeah, Tony has been having internet issues.
Everybody, you can see them all getting a bit of wheel spin now out of Taylor's hairpin.
Yeah, still 7 minutes to go.
I mean, tactics in the second race are going to be interesting. I mean, this is going to be 30 odd laps, therefore we're going to get 70 odd for the feature race.
Well, so with a pit stop, and the pit lane entry here looks easy, but it's very narrow.
Well, that's in keeping with the rest of the track,
as
then,
you
isn't it?
can see here.
Yeah, I mean, like you were saying before, it's made for motorbikes, isn't it?
Yeah. Whoa!
Marco went airborne. Good effort, Marco.
Well, he's probably got less wear on his right tyres now.
Yeah. Oh, there's a move coming.
Yeah, then Woodward, Marco again.
Oh, these two have
And
got previous.
again.
Oh dear. I think Ant's taken responsibility for that.
Yeah, I think we need to see that one from overhead.
There was definitely an apology in the in-game, in the in-sim chat. Here we go.
Oh,
Yeah, he got
got
the
the curb.
Yeah. Yeah, couldn't control the car properly once his right tyres got on that red sausage curb and moved across the track and into Marco. Is that Marco in pit road? Yep. So, further forward, excuse me, Jamie Wilson, a little ahead of Bob Woodhouse.
Yeah, Chris Jackson has stretched that lead over Tony Klosterman to a 1.5 seconds now.
Yeah, Tony started to look a bit uncomfortable at the hairpin. He was getting loads and loads of wheel spin and losing ground to Chris Jackson. I mean, these three have been fairly close all race, or two rather, because in the background I think that's still Nikolai.
And the funny thing is, the way this series.
Oh, hang on.
Hello. What's he done?
Slow down, maybe. Well, they're not going to have a multi-21 at this point in the season.
Most definitely not.
Comes over here. And then pulls over.
That is a slowdown, isn't it?
Yeah, but I can't think from where that would be.
Well, we'll find out.
Yeah, it's going to be a little interesting because I think we've only got a couple of laps left, haven't we? Maybe more than a couple.
4, maybe.
Yeah, I keep forgetting how short the track is. Oh, I thought he was going to pull across him then. I don't know why I thought that.
And the best thing for these guys out here now is, they are sweating their proverbials off, driving 2 races at Knockhill, and next time out they've got to do it all again because we're at Belle Isle. Whoa, Tony's proper wagging, isn't he?
Yeah.
Game, hairpin even.
Without a doubt. And if he's doing that there, this chicane won't feel much good to him either. Especially if he's not actually on the track. He's vanishing.
That's probably the best thing that can happen at the moment. Because Chris Jackson is certainly quicker than him.
Yeah.
But Chris doesn't want to risk taking him and his teammate out from first and second.
Chris is off the gas very early.
Yeah.
Oh,
Tony's.
goodness. Is there something else going on? Has he got enough fuel?
No, I think Chris is worried about Tony disappearing and Chris appearing in Tony's car.
Right. Fair enough.
It's time to launch the Knockhill International Space Station. You know.
Oh, hang on.
He's letting him go, I think. Yeah. That internet issue is not helping.
No. I wonder if they swapped places because of the internet issue and he thought it might be better if he was in front or something. I don't know.
Possibly, yeah. You know, they had enough of a gap back to Adam Wright to try something, didn't they?
Yeah. I mean, Adam Wright, he's lightning round here, isn't he? Brilliant. And Simon Trendle.
Yeah, well, I did giggle earlier in the week when Nicole Foggy and Simon Trendle both signed up and took the overall I rating of the league up by 10,000 points.
Yeah.
You know, I rating. Go on, Marco. You've got your cooling.
Or even Stefan.
Oh, it is, yeah. Sorry. I think it's because I'm used to seeing Marco crashing tonight. I just assumed he would be the wounded car.
In fact, Marco is the next car up the road. He's got the green wing mirrors, not the yellow ones. Can't believe he didn't spot it. So, Crash Jackson gets a gap on Tony again.
Yeah, and this is the final lap.
Ah, okay. So if anybody needs to get anything done, it's right now. Bob Woodhouse and Jamie Wilson are on each other's turf at the minute, I'm pretty sure. Yes, they are. Oh, actually, Arturus trying to keep out of everybody's way.
Is he?
Oh, is he out of fuel?
Yeah, fuel.
Oh, no. Somebody give the boy a push. Slowest race to the flag ever. Is he going to get up the hill? He's not going to get up the hill. Somebody give him a push. There go the leaders. Or the winners, rather. Oh, he's had to reset, bless him. So.
Oh, that was action-packed.
Yeah, dramatic end to that race. We'll have to wait for it to go official, obviously. And some donuts. And a phantom car from Tony Klusterman that's vanished. Session is over. So, finishing order. Let's get the stand-ins on your screens. They're not playing tonight. Excellent. So, winner of race 1, Chris Jackson for NQR North America, and his teammate follows him home second, Tony Klusterman. Adam Wright is third for BSTV Esports Green. Simon Trendle is fourth for Team Chimera. Then Tyler Newitt for BSTV Esports Green. A good night for that team, actually. Kenzie Newf in sixth for Racing Forces, with Stefan Goebel in seventh for VTS Esports. Jamie Wilson finished 8th for Team Chimera. Bob Woodhouse finished 9th. Arturus Kundelis finished 10th for Zekarul Esports. Miro Haraski in 11th for PCS. Stephen Phillips for Dashan Racing finished 12th. 13th was Ivan Batmans for Track Velocity Racing. Marco Lewert finished 14th for VTS Esports. Ant Woodward was 15th for NQR Europe. His teammate was behind him in 16th, Nikolai Bogotyrev. 17th was Jason Haddington, or Kylie rather, and Vincent Skilbeck, unfortunately, disconnected and reconnected for Wheelie Bins Mayhem Republic. Last on that one, sadly.
Yeah, and all that puts Arturus on pole position for the feature race.
So, did he actually run out of fuel, or
had he already finished?
I don't know. Maybe he had, and maybe it was just totally out of sequence.
Yeah, it was.
He was definitely coughing along, but maybe he had already crossed the line.
Yeah. Well, anyway. So, drivers are now in a 10-minute warm-up session before the feature race. I don't know if Sam can play our Simability video again for us. So, big shout out to Simability, our league sponsors. Little video there showing you a little bit of what they do. If you're in need of assistance with racing controls or know somebody that is, then by all means point them in the direction of Simability. So, Pete, reverse top 10 for the feature race. Do you expect Chris Jackson to make short work of the 9 cars in front of him? Or do you think there's that possibility that he could get himself into a bit of trouble?
Yeah, well, we've seen how difficult it is to get a pass done here. If he's going to do it, it's either going to be carnage with the cars in front of him at the start, but we know how capable a lot of these guys are. So I don't think that's going to happen. I think he's going to have to tick them off one at a time, which is going to be a bit frustrating for him, I think, because he is very, very fast, as is his teammate, Tony. So I think there's going to have to be a lot of patience dished out here. And I don't know, he can be quite bullish, or he used to be, didn't he? He seemed to have calmed down a lot in the last few seasons. So I think there'll be a patient approach from him to this. Some of the other drivers, maybe not.
I hope so, because it's an hour-long race. You have got time to be patient, and you do tend to see the drivers up the top end of the grid have either done it through patience or luck.
Yeah.
Not many drivers that go bullish actually make it and stay in the top 5 in these feature races with a reverse grid. Mm-hmm. Sometimes something happens in front of you and the seas part, and that's where the lucky part comes in. But yeah, I'm going to sort of contradict myself a little bit, because yes, you need to be patient, but there's not real overtaking opportunities, is there? It's not like you can go, right, well, I'll leave it until this point on the track every time because I know I'll be able to pass, because it's difficult. Maybe throwing one up the inside into the hairpin, or getting alongside into Duffer's Dip. But then, yeah, after that, I don't know. One of the fast guys get a bit of luck, and like I say, some seas parting and stuff like that up the front. They could find themselves with an unassailable lead.
Yeah, definitely. And I think the fast guys may get they may put the willies up people so much that they naturally just get out of the way because they don't want to get wiped out by a fast car. And I think that'll play into it as well. I think that if they haven't done pit stop practice, they need to. Did you see what pit lane is like? You're actually parked in the car park. I mean, that's ridiculous. So, and the steepness of the entry is dramatic, and you don't get much time to get on the brakes. I think the cars are quite packed into this pit road. But no, I think you're right. It's tough to overtake. I don't know what the undercut will be like on a track this short. What do you think?
Oh, yeah, good call. No idea. I'm with you. You know, I worry about the pit stops. You'll see it here. It's straight, but it's narrow.
Yes.
And you've got to bleed that speed off before you get to that line.
Mm-hmm.
And if you hit the brakes too hard, the tail is going to wag.
Yeah, it really is, yeah.
And do we get somebody blocking pit lane sideways? I don't know.
We're not at it yet. It's got to happen one day.
We've had cars jumping over the fence into pit lane, obviously.
Yeah, wasn't that Marco on his lip?
It was, yes.
A Porsche. Yeah. That made the not the top 10. That was quite
certainly
funny.
Did.
Yeah. We also had somebody. Who was it that got shoulder charged into pit road at Suzuka?
Oh, that's good.
Oh, that was a lot of years back.
Wasn't Suzuka? I think it was.
Was it not?
No, it was the other one. Motegi, right?
Motegi, yeah.
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 In the V8s as well.
Yeah.
Literally, you just saw. I don't know if you can go back to that pit entry there, Sam. What it's like when two cars enter pit lane at the same time.
Yeah, he was nearly mating with the car in front, wasn't he? Is this it? It's not, is it?
Yeah.
This is it now. Oh, look at that! This is going to be good.
Imagine someone going to the pit lane with another guy alongside him and then getting over the fence back to the racing line and causing a massive pileup on the straight.
Yeah.
You're not going to get in there too wide. One tactic could be follow somebody else in and give them a nudge to give them a speeding penalty.
Ooh, I've never thought that deviously before, but that would work, yeah.
Get that in the book, Pete.
Yeah. Note to everybody, that is how devious Clyde Whiting is. Ooh, practicing race starts, Vincent.
Oh, Vincent, yeah. Well, he's starting at the back, so...
yeah. Oh,
okay.
We're up. We're coming. So, your poleman for race 2 is Arturus Gundelis, if it'll come back. Bob Woodhouse goes off second for NQR Europe. Jamie Wilson off third for Team Chimera, with Stefan Goebel fourth for VTS Esports. Kenzie Niehoff off fifth for Racing Forces. Sixth is Tyler Newitt for BSTV Esports Green. Simon Trendle's off seventh for Team Chimera, with Adam Wright off eighth for BSTV Esports Green, behind his teammate. Tony Klusterman off ninth. Are we green already? We've gone. Right, everybody else is behind them. That was quick.
Oh, hello.
Oh, 20 wide.
Hello.
Oh, who's that?
Oh, that's Tony Newitt going like an Exocet.
How did he not white loads of... Oh,
Hang on. That
Kenzie.
is Kenzie.
Alright, yeah, that's a good amount of chaos.
I think there was an Ant Woodward. Yes.
Oh dear. somebody else has got the rest of his car. Right then. So, Jamie Wilson's rear looks a bit battered. This car, obviously I'm referring to.
We'll wait to calm down a little bit. We'll revisit that and see exactly what happens.
Stephen Phillips got his sunroof open. It certainly looks like it. Oh, hang on. Kylie.
Hello. I'm spinning around.
Yeah. Don't sing, please.
You actually thought it was Kylie Minogue then, didn't you?
After about 5,000 Marlboros. There's about 300 lines through that chicane.
Yeah, I'm interested to see. I didn't see the initial incident with Tyler.
No, but
I just see him coming back on like an Exocet missile.
Yeah, he's giving some good defensive moves against Tony Clouston here. He properly defended the inside. Hang on, here we go. Oh, that's the start of it all. It was Kenzie into the back of Jamie. Tyler just got a massive lift on that sausage
curb, wasn't it?
Look at that, the whole of VCS going across the grass.
How did Tyler not take out Arturus?
Or Adam.
Well, Jamie just didn't get away, did he?
No.
Marco just played it safe.
He did, he just thought, I'm not having any of that.
Stefan decided to follow him. Oh, sorry, it's the other way round, isn't it?
Yeah, Stefan's the yellow one.
And Marco followed him. Tony Clouston put a move on Tyler Hewitt.
Tyler's getting a massive slowdown.
Yeah, isn't it?
Yeah. Ooh! Oh dear, Arturus, what are you doing? Oh no!
Whoa!
Wow, he was like a buckaroo.
Well out of shape, weren't he?
Yeah. The thing was alive underneath him, he couldn't tame it. I don't think I've ever seen a V8 do that before. It was like one of those Palomino horses, it's completely out of control.
Yeah. As Stefan goes safe, and Marco follows him.
Yeah. But you can't turn in, that's why.
Oh!
So, yeah, a bit of a car park that he drove through. Yeah.
All over the place. What happened to Ant Woodward?
Tell you what, Marco got away with all sorts there. He was very careful. Probably the best thing he did was go on the grass. So, that was Tony with a bit of a door-to-door on Kenzie. Nice little spin back round from Kenzie.
We see Ant Woodward ended up with the most damage there.
Not sure where it came from.
It was just before that, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah. Gonna rip the whole of the back end of his car off. Meanwhile, Chris Jackson's made his way up to 5th. I was going to say 4th, but that's not quite happened just yet. Tony
And I
Clouston.
think Jamie forgot to switch back to live on his stream. Because we've got a video waiting image, and that's the tape as well, the one that shows on the screen. Yeah.
Right, okay.
If you're listening, Jamie, you're not live anymore.
Oh!
Oh, I thought he was
Oh my word.
that.
So Golden Wheels ends up in a door-to-door and then lots of guard in there. He's going to come into the racing line in traffic. Did well though.
Yeah, that's dropped him down to 10.
Yeah, he's got it all to do again now.
Have a look.
So, They turn it early. Wow, how did they not hit twice?
Got to give people position, haven't you? Base when they're up the inside of you, otherwise that's going to happen every time.
For me, it did look like car 1 turned across the front of Jamie.
Yeah. I don't think... Was it Jamie? Yeah, it was Jamie.
Yeah. Tyler, it's sliding sideways there. Wasn't there a team called that once?
What, Tyler?
No, slipping slightly sideways or something like that.
There was, wasn't there? Yeah.
Whoa! Oh, Miro! The back from the wheel spin. And again.
Have a look at Mr. Phillips' sunroof.
Yeah. It does look like a sunroof because it's the only bit of gloss paint on the top of the car. This is looking back from Vincent's car at Chris Jackson.
Well, he's got himself up to 9th, hasn't he, Vincent?
Yeah, he's done well here. I mean, he's a very fast driver, isn't he? So.
Yep. Up 9 places, along with Nikolai Bogatyrov.
Yeah,
This is
Nikolai's
the battle
doing
for
well.
the lead.
Adam Wright and Bob Woodhouse. Oh, hang on.
Hello.
What was I just saying?
Yeah. Well,
I just
cursed there.
Yeah. That was a strong one, that. So, Tony Kloosterman is 4 seconds behind these two. Oh, that's a lot of air, isn't it? Tell you what, Adam's getting on with this, isn't he?
Yeah, what do you do in Adam's position? You know, you've got a 4-second gap over Tony Kloosterman. Do you work with Bob Woodhouse and try and at least maintain that gap and hopefully extend it? Or is Adam thinking, do you know what, I'm quicker than this guy, I need to get past him and do the extending on my own?
Yeah, I think Adam's he's a smart kid. He'll know that sitting behind and not challenging for the front is going to be the best way to keep a gap, rather than messing up each other's lines and dropping back towards the clutches of Tony Kloosterman, especially someone like Tony Kloosterman who's got masses of skill. Although saying that, I've just been contradicted absolutely, so I'll shut up.
Yeah, although, you know, we did see Tony struggle, didn't we? 20 minutes in?
That looked like it was going to be a contact.
Didn't it? Yeah,
And it was. I think that was a wheelie bin that did that. I think. This is Kenzie on a recovery drive. There we go. I think it's under braking here.
That one is all on Vincent for me.
Yeah. So Vincent and Kenzie are going to make their way back through again. Vincent got some sort of slowdown.
You waited.
No,
Oh, he waited.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. That's good. I didn't realise. No, that's good. But sportsmanship always welcome in our leagues.
So Chris Jackson's got a bit of a job on there, hasn't he? He's got a stable mate in front of him, which I don't think Nikolai will put up too much of a fight. But then it gets difficult. Stephen Phillips, Tyler Newitt, Jamie Wilson, they're not going to move aside and give him the place.
No, we saw Tyler giving some good defensive moves to Tony Kloosterman earlier. No reason why he won't do that to Chris. Stefan here. Just tailing Vincent Skilbeck for a while, I think.
So Tony's got that gap down to, what is it, 3.5 seconds from the leader.
Yeah. Multi 21 there with Chris Jackson.
Yeah, that was always going to happen. Like I say, after that, it gets a lot more difficult for Chris Jackson.
Yeah.
Is this where we see Chris try the undercut? Obviously not quite yet, but
I'm guessing they will take tyres.
I would have thought so. Yeah. After seeing how the cars were handling at the back end of the previous race.
Oh, he goes. He's gone. Vincent's on his own there, I think. But eager on the gas. Going for the Tokyo Drift World Championship. This must be it.
Yeah.
Miro as well. Just before that, I was going to say, tell you what, Miro's quick round here. It's just the air that the cars get through that chicane gliding. They're right off the ground.
And this is obviously the two New Yorkers battling it out.
Oh, yeah.
We're 12.5 minutes in.
It honestly looks like Stephen's got his sunroof out.
Isn't it? Yeah, that can't be very aerodynamic, can it?
No. Woodward's half car.
Weight reduction system.
Yeah. I think that's him passing Nikolai.
Yeah. Nikolai again didn't make that very difficult, did he?
No.
This is Tony Klosterman. He's up to Bob Woodhouse.
Right.
I don't really expect this much of a battle, if I'm honest.
No, there's going to be a bit of multi 21 if you can see him.
Go.
Good overtake. Nice
corner. Just under 4 seconds to Adam right.
But he's quick though, Adam. He's putting some really good laps in. We'll have to see what Tony does when he's not got an overtake to do in terms of lap time. Miro chasing after Stefan.
Yeah, Simon on a recovery.
Yeah.
After he's coming together with Arturus.
Miro, keep it on the black stuff. I mean, he's clearly quick. He's just needs to get a setup that doesn't try and kill him at every bound.
He's wagging the tail, isn't he?
Yeah, it's all the bumps. He's not getting on well with the bumps. He's flying around the turns, I think. When the car's unloaded, he's not having a great time. Kenzie making his way back through again, getting himself plenty of air there. Nice livery on that. I love that metallic blue. It's a wonderful colour. Tony Klusman's just done the fastest lap of the race in pursuit of Adam Wright. He was 0.3 faster.
Yeah, as you said that, I was going to say it's only 0.3 though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Gap's down to 3.2, 3.1.
Wow, Simon Trendle. Don't stick your arms out, you'll take off doing that.
Carrying that front end damage, you can see, can't you, on the front left?
Yeah, have we got a fast repair?
Yeah, yes.
So that'll be all sorted once he's pitted the car. When are we expecting pit stops? Another 15 laps or so? Cut it in half, sort of thing.
Yeah, let me have a look, because I do have some inside information.
I do as well. I read it and I've already forgotten it. In true Pete fashion.
Earliest pit stop lap 21.
Ooh, right. We're not far from that if the undercut was
We're
anything.
on that now, aren't we?
Oh yeah, actually, sorry, yeah.
They can probably run it dry to about lap 54.
Taurus went into pit road a little while ago. I don't think he's re-emerged. Oh, has he? I'm not sure. I think he was just trying to get some sedatives into his bucking Bronco.
Who was that?
Arturus.
Yeah, he disconnected a long time ago.
Did he? Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah, it's a baptism of fire for the new drivers. Like I said, Knockhill followed by Belle Isle.
Yeah.
And then we go a bit normal.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, Belle Isle after this, I mean, what on earth? Just torture, isn't it? But some of these guys are going to have to look at their setups for the bouncy bits. I mean, Arturus looked like he needed to shoot his car with a tranquilizing gun. It was just alive. And I think that others are suffering in a similar way. I've never seen a V8 do so many directional changes in such a short amount of track. Whoa!
Like that.
Is that Jamie or is that Simon?
That is Stefan going past Simon, I believe.
Right. Good grief. If that was me, I'd have been in the scenery. There'd been no stopping me from flying off in the opposite direction.
Chris Jackson just got past Stephen Phillips.
Yeah.
Good job he's got that visor down, because there is one ugly face behind there.
It's Mary Blind, is she? See the travel in the suspension there as we go around over all these bumps and elevation changes. We get to the end of the race, and even if they hadn't crashed, they'd throw them in the bin. Won't be worth anything after this.
So next on Chris Jackson's radar is Tyler Newitt.
Yeah, that one won't be easy. There's no way Tyler's giving that up quick. Not this close to a series of pit stops, I wouldn't have thought either. Nobody's been visiting pit road just yet.
Oh, we're bang on third distant.
Oh, that's wide. He is taking it to the ragged edge, isn't he? Oh, that's not an apex either.
Struggling.
Yeah.
And this is going to help Chris Jackson catch up with this battle.
Yeah, hopefully they can kind of race with each other, not against each other, to stay ahead of him, but it's It's not the name of the game, is it really?
Well, no.
Tyler's got quite a lot of damage on the right hand side of that car. Visually anyway, it's clearly doing nothing to impair his speed or handling. Oh, and he's, yeah, here we go. It started. Wonder how many pit lane penalties we're going to end up with here.
Yeah, Chris Jackson follows him in.
Oh dear, oh dear.
That was wide.
Wide? He'd have needed the cameraman to tell him where the track was. Ooh! That's not a great place to be. Oh my god.
So Ivan then taking
The evasive action.
Yeah.
He was nearly on a track in England. He was that far away from him to try and avoid him. Yeah, people's tyres are definitely degrading quickly now. They'll be red hot, won't they?
Yeah. Tony Kloosterman's got that gap down to under a second. Jamie Wilson pits.
Grief. Tyler knew it. Flying around these corners, literally. That'll make a great replay. Who wants a stylish photograph of what he's doing at the end of it?
Yeah, but Tris is way ahead of Tyler now.
What
Yeah.
the hell happened there?
That's a 4-second faster pit stop for Chris.
I don't understand that at
And
all.
that's Jamie. Oh,
Whoa!
that was close.
Whew.
It still is.
Unbelievable.
And seeing Tyler and Jamie getting back together, has Chris underfueled it?
Well, 4 second.
That's
So-
a lot.
The only other car that's been in was Kenzie, and I don't know whether, well, he's got a fast repair, so damage isn't part of it. He's done 19 seconds in the pits.
Yeah, these two did 17 and a half and 18.
Yeah.
And Chris Jackson was under 13 and a half.
Right. Let's see what other people do before we cast judgment. Has he got Michael Talianchis' car just as a loan or something?
Well, we will find out towards the end whether he's got enough fuel or not.
Yeah. How is that? Top 9 haven't pitted yet. Tony Kloosterman is reeling in Adam Wright. Less than a second behind, and Adam looks very slidey going through that hairpin now.
And he's in.
And he's in. Yeah, good call. They were screaming to be put out of their misery, those tyres. Might be some more pit stops here, hopefully not 2x2 anyway. Demon Phillips.
Everybody that's pitted at the moment they've got to go a long way on this second set of tyres.
Especially if the first set was already screaming. Adam back onto the racing circuit. Who's that, Simon? Yeah, Simon Trendle comes over the stripe. So Adam did a 16-second stop. Bob Woodhouse has stopped in a different place for some reason and is now entering pit road. He's obviously done something locking up at the hairpin, or got on the gas too soon or something. Back end swap with him? Yep.
Well, Chris Jackson either knows something.
That nobody else does.
Yeah. Or he's made a boo-boo.
Yeah. Oh dear. And Woodward, is he going to get his car nicely repaired? Hopefully that'll just pop back into reality again. He
Yeah,
has.
he did, didn't he? Yeah.
He's towed it. Oh, that's a shame. Stefan?
And hopefully for him, he ticked the fast repair, because if he has not, then
He's going to be in there for a few weeks.
he might be in for a few minutes.
So, Stefan's still not pitted. Nor has Tony Kloosterman, Simon Trendle or Miro. So,
Yeah, that's going to be the interesting bit, isn't it? Where does Tony Kloosterman come out, in front or behind Adam Wright?
yeah.
And if it's behind, how far behind?
Well, yeah, and how long is he going to stay out for?
Adam got half a second on him on the last lap.
Not be too bothered about that though, might he?
Well, yeah, he's going to have obviously fresher tyres when he comes out, but you tend to find by the time you catch the car in front, your tyres have equalised.
Yeah, true, yeah. So all these early pitters are going to have to be very careful that they don't cook their stuff. All about tyres now, I think. Just from a long way back.
I don't think you can manage your tyres around this track.
Why, because it's too tight?
Yeah.
Right. And you're airborne for 10% of it. It's funny, isn't it, that super fast guys have got a very particular line. Oh, hang on, he's in. Why has Ant gone out with no boot?
Interesting. So, when comes round the last bend, he's definitely going to be ahead.
He is. For sure. Tony's going to have how many laps newer tyres? 6. Could be all the difference.
Well, time-wise, it's 3.5 seconds.
We've got a race to go yet, though.
Yeah, almost on halfway.
So, Miro Hrabsky, the last of our... Oh no, he's not the last of our visitors to pit road. There's still Vincent and Kylie.
Kylie probably can't get into pit road because it's straight.
So I was going to say before, not only is the track generally quite undulating, even the straights are bumpy. Do you know what I mean? They must have been drunk when they laid the tarmac on this place. Tyler. It's Jamie Wilson there. So, just looking at the stationary time, Clyde,
Yeah.
Either SDK is utterly broken, or Chris Jackson is 4 seconds worth of fuel less than he should be.
Yeah.
Or he didn't take tyres, or some combination of the above.
Or maybe he's fast enough to do 2 stops.
I never considered that.
I don't think it's something that will work in these races, but you never know.
No, I know. I mean, the lap's so short. I don't know. Maybe it would work.
Something he would have had to have tried during practice, surely.
Yeah, definitely. 2 sets of new tyres. It's a long time to go. A long time to take changing tyres in a race is what I mean.
Well, Adam Wright gained 3.5, call it 3 seconds in 5 laps.
Yeah.
Another pit stop is going to cost him another 13 seconds. That's
Pit lane times.
21, 22 lap to get that time back again.
Yeah, maybe he will revisit pit road. If he doesn't, I don't see how he's finishing if everybody else has taken 4 seconds worth of fuel more than he has.
Well, you know, Chris did post a note that was written by his son. So maybe his son has worked out a fuel strategy for him.
Yeah. Maybe it's driving the car.
For Sam and Pete, update on the BSTV Sports Daytona 24. Cars are currently P5 and P9, still clean.
Wait till I get hold of it. Yeah, there was a lot of carnage in both fields actually at the beginning of our race. Don't forget we're racing in conjunction with Spectre 6 at Daytona this time. BSTV and Spectre 6 teamed up in 2 cars. Worked out beautifully, we ended up in the same split.
Right, well, I've just looked at the note that Logan gave his dad instructions, Chris Jackson. Number 1, fast. Number 2, race good. Number 3, tyre change. So he must have changed his tyres.
Yeah.
Number 4, pass people. Number 5, take the lead. Number 6 is win, and number 7 is trophy. There's definitely not going to be a number 7.
No.
I'll be surprised if number 6 comes up trumped as well.
Clearly an astute kid, he's got it all in the right order.
Yeah, it's nice to see Logan taking more of an interest as he gets older as well. A good battle this too. 2 very clean and respectable drivers usually. Just put the curse on that, no doubt.
Yeah, this is the closest battle on track at the moment.
Yeah, battle at the front. keeping an eye on the gap, and it's 1.5 seconds. But like I say, Tony will currently be using up all of that new rubber.
Tyler, there you go. No, he's going to have to wait for his tyres to cool down to a temperature where it won't just be mush. My lingering memory of driving this car, because I've not driven it in a while, it's probably best for all, is as soon as you get something like that, the tyres are just burned up instantly. It takes them forever to cool down.
Yeah, talking to Nicole Foggy after last weekend 992 challenge races, and the Porsche is exactly the same. Yeah, once you spin them rear tyres up, there ain't no coming back. On board with the leader, Adam Wright. Currently has a 1.4 second lead over Tony Kloosterman, who you just see flash into the cone. There he is, in the same shot.
Shortly. And this is actually one of the closest battles we've got now, because everybody's found a bit of room for themselves at the minute. That'll all concertina up in no time at all. We see this in these hour-long feature races.
Now I think there could be some cheating going on from Kloosterman, because oh no, it's sorted itself out now.
What's that?
I was just looking at the top speeds, and everybody else was in the 140s, and Tony was 215 kilometres an hour. But it has now sorted itself out. I'll retract that.
Yeah, these two take a very similar line through that chicane. So it seems to be less violent on what the car does. Others, I don't think, have necessarily worked that fully out yet, or struggled to hit it each lap.
This will be Tony's best opportunity. Will be coming out of the hairpin because of his 5-lap newer tyres.
Yeah.
Adam will get more wheel spin than Tony. Although if I was Adam now, I would be on the blower saying, Tony, you're blinking in and out, can't see you, don't come anywhere near me.
Yeah. Although Tony was a bit sliding sideways just behind that.
Stop the race. Woodward had another.
Approaching half a second gap now. I doubt there's anything like so around this track. There's nothing long enough to give anybody any benefit.
No. I think even on that railway straight that's not straight, by the time you felt any benefit, it would be time to hit the brake.
Yep, agree. Tony's right on him now though, look at that. Nearly pushing him round the Taylor's hairpin.
Well, 20 minutes to go.
They're coming up on a bit of back markers now. Stefan being the first of them. As he goes flying over the hill through the chicane.
Well, backmarkers in this series usually behave themselves very, very well.
Yeah, it's true. It's not like when you're in an official and people are like, must race everybody.
Exactly, yeah.
Must not slow down ever.
Yeah. Who needs a brake pedal?
Yeah, must block the leaders. Have to.
I think Adam's best tactic on that chicane is to more or less come to a standstill on the apex, just to stop a Tony Kloosterman run out of it.
You're right. If anything's going to happen here, it's going to happen at the hairpin.
Yeah, it's where Adam is struggling the most on exit.
Yeah, a little wriggle rather there. Coming up to the 3/4 mark in a couple of minutes or so. Been a while, really, in my head since we've seen such a dramatic battle for the lead so far into a race.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
And also a very, well, it's still an unpredictable race with 17 minutes plus to go.
Yeah.
You just don't know what's going to happen. One little mistake and this track just bits you.
Tony had a really good look then. Both got a bit of wheel spin coming out of that hairpin. But
Yeah, Tony's definitely struggling now, isn't he?
yeah, 6 lap newer tyres, fresher tyres, whatever you want to term it as.
Yeah, I think at this stage in the run, that doesn't come into it anymore. If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I think the extra grip that you've got, you use up closing the gap back up.
Yeah, just get in there.
Marco was well out of the way there.
It was Stefan, but yep, he was
Stefan
out on the grass.
Yeah, he's had to pay to get back in.
That's class. Miro's the next back marker up the road. And yeah, Tony is better out of that corner when he hooks it up correctly.
Yeah, so Adams just needs to stop the car on the apex. That would stop any run that Tony's got.
Yeah. And I went a bit shallow into that last turn. I think he was a bit
expensive, wasn't it? I think he half expected a Cullen down the inside there.
Yeah. I think he's guaranteed to get one next time into the hairpin. Tony's at a good distance for this.
I think Tony's being clever.
Oh, maybe not.
Tony's trying to make Adam defend into the hairpin to ruin his exit.
Yeah. Whilst also stealthing down the track.
Yeah. I don't think Tony's got any inkling to throw that down the inside going into the chicane. He just wants Adam to move over to the right, and then you'll see Tony dive to the left, square the apex off, and get a better run out of the hairpin. And at the moment, Adam isn't falling for it.
No.
And I should be back in a second. I'm just going to go and refill my glass.
So, Adam did go defensive then. But it's not benefited Tony too much at this point. Got quite a good amount of traction coming out of that Taylor's hairpin that time. Tony's a bit nearer now. Don't think we'll see him sling it up the inside unless we're in this situation on the last 2 laps or last 3 laps or something. Then it's all about the win for Tony after that, I think. Chris Jackson should be in view soon. He's only 4.6 seconds back down the road. So on one of these shots in a minute, we'll probably see the front. In fact, there's the front of his car just in shot. So these two, there he is. Stefan in between him and the lead 2. And he is closing, albeit that it's only like a tenth or half a tenth a lap. Because these two are really going at it and they're going quick. How long they can each individually keep this up for, I have no idea. Defensive again. Tony not trying the cutback, he's just trying to be calm on his tyres. And Adam got a load of wheel spin there. Tony was offline and not able to capitalise on it.
I'm just hoping this doesn't end in a netcode
pile up. Yeah. With that amount of strobing, it could happen.
Right, they've got 12.5 minutes to go.
Where we go. Oh, he's having a big look there.
Jackson is reeling them in slowly.
Yeah, it's not like earth-shattering, is it?
No.
This might be another attempt here. Adam's gone defensive, but then Tony was cut off. About equal coming out of that corner. Tony got the right line through here. Oh dear.
Yeah, it's.
Going to try and swing it down here. Oh.
Yeah, you can defend there because you're straight into an opposite turn.
Yeah. And a sharper one, so you end up with the benefit. Yeah.
No apologies at all for keeping on this battle.
No. Everybody else in the field's a bit strewn out. We have to stay with this because it's just too good to miss. Stretching it out a little bit here, giving himself a bit of a breather.
Yeah, I think Tony can get back up to him fairly easy because he's better on under braking. Maybe Tony just... no, perhaps not. So maybe Tony was cool.
Hey.
Maybe Tony was cooling his stuff, but...
he's doing it now.
I don't think he is.
No.
Give Adam half a lap breather.
Not too far in the distance there. And he bit my lips saying the word distance. Who does that? These two both had matching wheel spins coming out of that last turn.
So under 10 minutes now.
Brilliant. Pair of races. Absolutely fantastic.
Yes, Knockhill certainly delivered. I think we're there in GT4 TCR in the not too distant future.
Oh, you're kidding. There's no way I'm surviving this. Yeah, he closes up massively, doesn't he, on the braking?
Yeah, so we got Brands Hatch, Silverstone, and then Knockhill.
Right. I think I'll just concentrate on trying not to bin the car at Daytona first.
I think the interesting one in GT4 TCR is Charlotte Legends RC Long.
Yeah, we were having a look at that, and it looks like a right tight pony track. Right, this might be on for this one here now. Very defensive from Adam.
Yeah, he's up to that time, hasn't he?
Yeah. So he blocks that off. What's his... Oh, he's got a good bit of traction coming out.
He is.
It's like a game of chess, this one. It's fascinating. There. Tony having a look here. It's optimistic at best, that one, isn't it?
I've seen Ash Sutton make moves there.
Have you?
Yeah.
Good God. Every corner's an overtaking opportunity for Ash Sutton in his head, though, isn't it? It's a corner, I love it. Not close enough this time round.
Who's that in front? Is that Miro?
It is, yeah. Keeping away from them, though. They're only gaining on him by about 2/10 per lap.
That's where Tony's quicker, isn't it?
Yeah.
Through the chicane. He seems to straight line it better than Adam does.
Well, I don't think Tony's going to be happy about coming second to anybody but one of his teammates, so I think there's definitely something going to happen here before the end of this race. We've got, what's that, about 6 minutes left or something?
Yeah, and not. I thought Chris Jackson was slowing a little bit, but his lap time says otherwise. Because there is still that question on
Can he get there?
at the end.
Miro sensibly out of the way. Tony's dropped back here as well. And this isn't the race for the lead. Just in case you were rubbing your eyeballs thinking what's going on here. This is Bob Woodhouse on Tyler.
Yeah, Tyler's been dropped by Jamie Wilson.
That's a good point, actually, yeah. Jamie stretched his legs and got himself quite a tiny lead, to be honest, over Tyler. A bit sideways from Tyler, that. At the hairpin. That's Stephen Phillips in the background. Oh, he's overtaken a back marker, I think. Couldn't see who it was, but these two are glued together. What else through there? Whoa, no! I thought that was brilliant. No.
That was a tank slapper.
It was. Trying to get turned around safely.
happened to me so many times.
So, I thought he's gone through there brilliantly. Absolutely fantastic. And then that happened.
See that from inside the car, Sam? See how much soaring he was doing on that steering wheel?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Betrayed him, didn't it?
Okay, back to the lead battle.
This is properly on again. It had a little hiatus a minute ago.
3 minutes to go.
You're going to have to both be very careful on the gas here because... Where's he gone? There he is. Those tyres are going to be fairly worn out by now, I would think, given the behaviour of the car at the end of the first race and the end of the first stint in this one. Showing his nose on the outside. Adam defends on the inside. Tony will have a bit of a run here. But I think he's too far back.
This is where Tony is a mint.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah. You're right. He's absolutely far more straight. He's put Adam onto a defensive line through here as well, but he's got wheel spin himself. So the brake is here and
There we go.
Oh dear.
And guess who snuck through into the lead?
You are kidding. Gifted to Chris Jackson, that one. Tony has waited for Adam. Adam needs to be careful that his rage doesn't overcome the lack of traction he's going to have from having red hot wheels. So here we go. Yeah, he got on the inside of him and didn't turn in quite the same, did he?
It's a difficult one, isn't it?
Yeah. Now they're both after Chris Jackson. I think. Is Chris giving him that, or is Chris having a fuel save or something?
No, I have a feeling that was. I was just about to say very courteous from Chris Jackson.
Until the discourteous nudge.
Yeah. No, I think in Chris's head, that's not how he wanted to win the race.
Yeah.
I think now Adam's rear tire are completely dead.
But this is the final lap.
Oh,
And
it?
this is the
He's
final
only
turn.
got to defend this one.
Oh! They didn't look close enough for contact. This is weird and wonderful at the same time.
Yeah. Well done, Adam, right?
Then we have to see that contact at the end again.
Yeah, and also well done to Tony and Chris, not for their positions, but for the sportsmanship.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I do think even more to Chris because he was not part of the incident, so it wasn't right to just go through.
Yeah, it's very true. Could have gone, yeah, win gifted.
Yeah, freebie. Freebie and off down the road. That's what usually could go through someone's head. But not Chris Jackson. Right, here we go. It didn't look like they were close enough for actual contact for me. Chris looked like he was well wide of him. That's solid air.
No, I think there was contact.
Can we get it from the far chase camera, Sam?
I think Adam, I'm not blaming Adam, but Adam defends, but then doesn't turn in quick enough. His car just can't make the apex, and Chris has already committed to turning in there. So, a couple of fantastic races there from Knockhill. Had a bit of everything. Amy McKnight on the chat is blaming me because he didn't realise that the season had started.
It's not like we've been posting for a month every single week. You're probably not following us in the right place, Jamie.
He's not been the same since he got his new teeth. What's going on with my computer? Operator error, that's what's going on. Right, I shall let Pete run through our finishing order for the feature race.
So, doing a forensic analysis on that last little contact, and there was contact. You're absolutely right, Clyde. I don't know why I bothered doubting you. So, your race winner for the feature race tonight was Adam Wright, finally. For BSTV Esports Green, Tony Klusterman finished second for NQR North America, and his teammate Chris Jackson finished third. Fourth was Jamie Wilson for Team Chimera. Tyler Newitt finished fifth, just ahead. For BSTV Esports Green, just ahead of Stephen Phillips for Dashhound Racing, and Nikolai Bogotyrev in seventh for NQR Europe. Simon Trendle was eighth for Team Chimera, with Bob Woodhouse finishing ninth for NQR Europe. 10th was Stefan Goebel for VTS Esports, Miro Hrasky in 11th for PCS, and Mark Oliver in 12th for VTS Esports. 13th was Vincent Skilbeck for Wheelie Bins Mayhem Republic, and Ant Woodward finished 14th for NQR Europe. 15th was Ivan Bowmans for Track Velocity Racing. 16th was Jason Haddington for RWC Racing. Kenzie Newolf finished 17th for Racing Forces, and Arturus Kundelis finished 18th and last for Zekarol Esports.
Excellent. Right, let's get our interviews underway and let's bring in our defending champion, race 1 winner, and podium sitter in race 2, Chris Jackson. Welcome to the booth.
Good evening, gentlemen. How are we doing today?
Good evening. We are good. So, how did you find Knockhill?
It's a workout, that's for sure. It's a lot of fun, though, but it's interesting combination with this car, and I actually think it worked out pretty well. It's fun.
Yeah, I'm not going to disagree with you. So, race 1, qualified on pole, light to finish, almost. I made a little note about a Simability position swap. Was that to do with Tony's internet? It was like you pulled over and let him get in front, and then he gave you the place back?
No, we had enough of a gap on Adam that we decided to throw him 3 extra points for leading 3 laps and then swap back.
Right, okay, so just for the points then.
You got it.
Excellent, good thinking. And then that last race, or should we say the last couple of laps of the last race, we see Adam Wright putting in a stout defensive job on Tony Klusterman, and then a bit of contact and basically a free win for yourself. Now, I'm hoping you're going to agree with me, and I think we saw a fantastic bit of sportsmanship with you letting Adam back into the lead because that's not how you wanted to win the race. Is that correct, or did you just cock it up?
No, Tony got on the radio right away, and I agree, that's not how you win. He said he spun him, so I thought I'll pull over and then I'll tuck in behind him and see if I could have a go at Adam on the last lap and see.
Yeah, and then obviously a little bit of contact there. Adam defended into the hairpin. You try to go around the outside. It looked to me, just from the couple of replays that we saw, that Adam's tyres had basically given up and said, do you know what, I ain't going anywhere near that apex. And there was the contact. So a little bit of unfortunate contact at the end, but from a spectator point of view, both races were absolutely fantastic to watch.
Definitely. I think I pinched Adam a bit, knowing that his tires were cooked, that if he was going to avoid contact with me and give him just enough room to hit the apex, he'd probably be really slow and I might be able to squeeze around the outside. So I had a feeling he might drift wide, and if that happened like it did, I was fine falling back to third and letting Tony come in second with that. So I thought I'd give it a go anyway.
So one other question for you. What's the secret in your pit stop? It was 3 seconds quicker than everybody else. Was that just down to testing and knowing exactly how much fuel to take, or did you under-fuel on purpose and manage to save a bit?
I had to save so much. I underfueled probably a lap. I was saving almost 10% more a lap, and I figured I wasn't going to get close enough to Tony and Adam in that last stint there, but I thought maybe I could save enough not to run out of fuel. But then with the contact at the end and me coasting, I was able to have just enough. So it was just a underfill, and lucky I was able to save enough, but I was able to jump. That was the plan for if I didn't have any incidents there. I was just going to stay right behind Tony and Adam and then do that same short fill and hopefully jump them and gain quite a bit of time. Excellent.
Well, fantastic race. Obviously a first and a third in the first meeting of the season bodes well. I'm going to have to give all the credit to Logan, though, for giving you the instructions on how to do it. Before we let you go, any shout-outs you want to give?
Definitely, I have to give a shout-out to Logan. He reminded me about 4 times last night and a few times before the race about his instructions, so thanks, buddy. Ella, love you. Logan, love you. Mary, love you. Thanks for letting me race today. You guys for the broadcast. Simability, sponsor. Everyone who races our team. Anthony, I have to give a shout out to him. His pace was unreal this week. He put in a lot of practice. He had unfortunate results today, but I hope he stays motivated, because what he did this week was truly impressive, and I think a lot of people heads were turned from it. So cheers.
Excellent. Well, congratulations again, and we'll see you next time out, where you'll get no rest either, because it's Belle Isle.
Cheers, guys. Have a good one.
Okay, Pete, so next up for you, let's bring in our race 2 winner and podium sitter in race 1, Adam Wright.
Good evening.
Hi guys.
How you doing?
Alright, I think. Not too bad.
Yeah, you got a bit of a reshaped car after that one from various different nudges and bumps. Tell us about your first race.
I can't remember the first now. It was actually, yeah, I do. It was pretty uneventful for me. I was on my lonesome in third, so a little bit tasty in the first lap 2 maybe, but after that it was just, yeah, pretty boring.
Yeah, and then second race, you catapulted yourself to the front, really. It looked like you were in first place before the end of the first lap, with all the carnage that was going on behind and people bumping and bouncing off the track and stuff. Manna from heaven?
The first race, I didn't think I was going to get through the first corner, to be fair.
Yeah.
I think I was 3 wide coming into the entry, and I didn't know what was going to go on, and then Tyler was having a bit of a mare. But yeah, come out good, give a couple of laps, and it took me a little while to get into my rhythm. I wasn't used to being second with Bob in front, I think, so I thought this could be a good opportunity, but I had to settle in a little bit, so yeah, it was a long race, it hurt.
I'm sure it did. I mean, you don't get any peace and quiet, do you, on that track? It's just constant.
No, none whatsoever. I mean, I got a track map up on my screen, and I'm trying to find a pit window, but I can't even glance at the thing. So I literally just, when I needed a pit, I lit the tyres up on the hairpin, and I thought, right, these are done for, so I'm going to have to pit now and hope there's a gap. Unfortunately, there was.
Sensible option.
Yeah, Tony tried to do the overcut, and so I gained a little bit more time after the pit stops, but I honestly didn't think I'd hold him off anywhere near as long as I did.
No, you were doing a great job of positioning your car on very strategic corners. Great racing, and really good to see a BSTV car take a race victory. Anybody you'd like to have a shout out to before we let you go and ponder what it's like to drive these things at Belle Isle?
Yeah, absolutely. Tyler, as always, for being in the chat with me and racing around. I've been in the practice sessions a lot for this one, and there's a lot of familiar faces in there, so thanks to them guys for, sharing practice with me as well. And you guys, really, I know it gets said a lot that, thanks for the broadcast, but I don't think people realise the amount of broadcast you guys do actually means you guys don't get to race that much. So, thanks for putting it on and making it, something enjoyable to watch after.
Yeah, thanks for that. And best of luck for the next race, and see you at the top of the charts.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so Adam right there with a win for BSTV Esports. Let's bring in next tonight's bridesmaid in both races, Tony Kloosterman. Welcome to the booth.
Hey Clyde, how are you?
Yeah, not too bad. Seems that your internet is struggling, or you've got some sort of invisibility cloak going on at the moment.
Yeah, we tried something new with that this week, and obviously it didn't work. But we'll get it fixed before the next race.
Yeah. So race one, we, as we usually do, called it totally wrong in the booth. We see you go, or Chris Jackson let you past, and then you let him back past. We thought that was something to do with your internet, and perhaps you was seeing if it was any better in the lead. But it turns out it was very, very tactical and some extra team points.
Yeah, Chris and I discussed this last night, and we said that if there was a big enough gap, whoever was leading would multi 21, and we would make sure that we both got some points out of it. We weren't able to do it in the second race. Unfortunately, I gave Adam a little tap there in the last corner, allowed Chris to go by, but I said to Chris, we aren't winning that way. We're not going to drive like that. So gave the spot back, and Adam had a fantastic win. He really deserved it. Defended very well.
Yeah, that was one that we did get right. We didn't know the call actually came from you, but everybody knows that anybody else in the field would have gone on and won that race and gone sorry afterwards. But you guys are very sportsmanlike, and that's not the way you want to win. But going back to Adam, I know Knockhill's not an easy track to pass on anyway, but a very stout defence there.
Yeah, Adam made the car just wide enough there, and there was only, I'd say, 3 spots maybe to try and get by, and I just couldn't carry enough speed into that last corner to get by him. But he did a remarkable job. I was really impressed.
Okay, and just when you think it can't get any worse, next time out it's Belle Isle.
Yeah, I may have to do some practice for that track. I did a lot of practice here, just because it's so much fun. But Belle Isle has got a lot more walls and a lot more danger in it. So, we'll have to see what happens there. I absolutely have to get this internet fixed before Belle Isle, because otherwise I'll just be a liability to the entire league.
Excellent. Well, glad to hear it. And any shout-outs you want to give before we let you go?
Ant Woodward, unfortunately, Ant didn't have a really good race this week, but early on he worked on a set that I was able to massage a little bit and really helped, and Ant was really speedy all week as well. The team, obviously, everybody works really hard, and you guys for putting on the broadcast. And of course, our title sponsor, Simability, nicely shown on our cars.
Excellent. Well, congratulations on your 2 second places, and we'll see you next time out.
Take care, Clyde. Thanks again.
Okay, who shall we get in for Pete next? Let's bring in Mr. Jamie Wilson to the booth.
Good evening, Jamie. How are you doing?
Good evening, good evening. Not bad.
Yeah, you were in the thick of it for both those races. Second race I remember more poignantly than the first for some reason. Probably because I've got the memory of a goldfish. But you were together with Tyler for quite a long time, and then you just romped away. There was suddenly 6 seconds between you and him, and then it extended further. Tell us about your first race first, though.
Phew, that was a while ago, wasn't it?
It was.
Well, I know I don't even have to remember the first fact about it, which I had an absolutely crap start, as is tradition. It was quite funny, actually. Simon and I had the same crap start. So it was, like when you're on a train that's going slowly in a station and another one's going quicker. It was like that. Yeah, I had a bit of a dopey spin in the first one. Just a bit clumsier because she came behind another car, and I think I just overreacted to, I forget what it was now, but whoever it was, was just slightly slower than I expected on the way in. And it wasn't so much a panic brake, but I just went on the brake a bit more than I normally do, and I think I snatched the right rear as it hit the curb, so that kind of rotated it around. And then I just gunned it on full throttle, so I was to contain it to one side.
Right.
And then it was fun trying to fight back, potentially for pole position for race 2. And then I had a Moses moment with 2 cars ahead of me having their own scrap, and I was just like, okay, bye, and then just outside. That was good fun.
Yeah, I think there's probably a good camera angle you could use in race 2 at the start, and have the sound of a bowling ball going down an alley and then it hitting the skittles at the bottom, because there was cars flying all over the place in the second one.
The issue with the start on the second one was actually before that for me, because that was the quickest session change to lights out I think I've ever had in the sim.
Yeah, it was shocking. I couldn't even finish the gridding.
I don't have any footage of that race from my VR stuff, and I don't know if Sam cut to it and saw my sort of not here screen, but I was rotating my encoder to set my fuel on the grid like crazy, because it's in half litre increments, so it just takes forever. You need like a huge valve or something to do it. So I was clicking that down, 60 litres, 58 litres, all like this, trying to get it down. Yeah, exactly. And then I was like, right, now set the V. Oh, lights are on. And so I had an absolutely even more crap start in the second one because I was just completely flustered. And to be honest, I had that kind of flustered sort of approach to it for most of that race.
Is that the one where Kenzie nudged you straight off the line?
I didn't see it was, but it must have been.
Yeah, it was just a light nudge, but
I was just sat there, just on the handbrake, so I was just thinking about the 10 things I haven't done yet as part of the start procedure. So, there is a case there to do the 2-minute grid manual admin override thing. Because it's not about people coming back from doing a foggy just before doing it. So there's a bit of process in these cars to get the fuel set and stuff in advance.
Noted. But you finish in positions tonight, or do your championship pretty good. Hopefully you can get yourself a win at Belle Isle.
It's a great track. I love the track. I don't love driving it after about half an hour of driving it because I just need a new skeleton afterwards, I think.
Yeah, it is a bone breaker, it has to be said. You'll definitely need some new wrists and elbows once your wheel rips itself out of your hand. Anybody you'd like to shout out to before we let you go?
Yourselves as always. Tyler for posting a setup that I didn't use, but it's good for you to post it anyway. Simon for joining the league. That's been really good. I've been without a teammate in this for a while now since we had Josh Chin a few years ago. And indeed to Chris and Adam for their respective wins.
Very good. In that case, Jamie Wilson, great racing tonight, and we'll see you next time out.
Cheers, guys.
Oh, right. Okay, so we're getting there. So, next up, let's bring in everybody's favourite New Yorker. It's Stephen Phillips.
Guys.
Right, so, burning question. are you aware that you are slower than everybody else because your sunroof is open?
No. Yeah, my brother was texting me about, you guys giving me crap over the roof, and I was like, what?
You need to have a look, mate. It honestly looks like you have an open sunroof.
I wonder if there's something going on. That's odd. Yeah, I'm looking at the broadcast now. Yeah, that looks really weird. The spec map is okay on my end. Yeah, I'll have to talk to Marco about that.
We'll blame Marco then.
Yeah, if you're going to do that, at least have like the odd dash hound head pop out the top.
Yeah, right.
So, racing. Let's have a look at your results. So, 12th in the sprint race and up to 6th in the feature race. Tell us about your experiences around Knockhill tonight.
Yeah, well, still kind of learning the track during the first heat after I got run over. And I followed Woody around during that first heat, and the chicane finally started to click for me. And then the feature, I could finally just like put my head down, get into a rhythm, and then stay out of trouble.
Well, it certainly worked. Good points for 6th place in the feature race. Was it just the chicane that you struggled with tonight, or because it's not an easy track to learn, is it? Even though it's a short track, there's blind summits and things like that going on, and your car positioning has to be nearly perfect, otherwise the track just wants to spit you off in the wrong direction.
Right. Well, it's tricky because there are curbs that you just absolutely want to fling yourself over the curb, and then there are other curbs that you absolutely need to stay off of. And then, of course, there's the chicane that's completely unsided, but you can kind of treat it a little bit like Laguna Seca in terms of how you're spotting where you need the car to be. So you can kind of see the tops of the head of the crowd and like a little bit of a tree, and if you aim for that, then you're good.
Yeah, just don't use shadows like I do. That doesn't work.
Never use the shadow as the reference.
Well, it's great to have you back, and I'm sure things will get better for you result-wise as the season goes on. Quick one on next time out, Belle Isle. How do you tend to go around there?
I'm actually not really sure. It's been a little while since I've done Belle Isle, but I'm in a new rig. I'm a lot more comfortable than I have been in the past, and it really does help. Maybe not with the pace so much, but definitely the consistency. So hopefully we'll be able to put together 2 good races instead of 1.
Yes. So any shout-outs you want to give before we let you go?
I want to thank my brother for watching, my girlfriend Tessa for watching, and of course the dogs. Got both dogs in the car this year. So yeah, appreciate you guys for putting this on for another year. Simability is doing some awesome stuff. Definitely go check them out. So yeah, I think that's all I got. Thanks, guys.
Brilliant. Okay, well, don't forget to get that sunroof sorted out, and we'll see you next time out.
All right, appreciate you guys. Take care.
Okay, so next up for you, Pete, let's bring in Mr. Daytona, Tyler Hewitt.
Evening, Tyler. It feels like only a few hours ago that we spoke.
Yes, yeah.
So, a bit of a roller coaster of a night, both in the shape of the track and in the what was going on it. In the second and off it, yeah. It was like a bowling alley at one point with skittles all over the place. We saw you with Jamie Wilson for quite a long time in the second race, and then he kind of eked out a gap ahead of you, and you ended up with Stephen right behind you.
No. I was pushing like crazy in behind Jamie, and I had a moment right before the chicane, which meant I sailed over it and went off into the barriers. So that's where Jamie dropped me, and I fell into the clutches of Bob. But
if we didn't get a slow-mo on that.
No, thank goodness.
Missed that.
You could have had plenty of. I think I went through the grass off the exit of turn 1 3 times in that second race.
Yeah,
so
we did see a couple.
plenty of opportunities for it, but
yeah, and start of the second race was pandemonium. Was it the first race when you went off track and then nearly wiped Adam out?
no, that would be the second race.
That's the second
race. The first race was quite not uneventful. I had a really good battle with Kenzie and Simon in that first race. Kenzie was slower than me and Simon was quicker than me. And this track is impossible to pass, so it took a mistake from Kenzie for me to get ahead, and then it took a mistake from me from Simon to get ahead, and we all finished where we probably should have. But
yeah.
The second race, Stefan and Jamie didn't go from the row in front of me, and both Kenzie and I got good jumps, and I thought we were 4 wide with me in the middle. So my singular goal was kind of to make sure I was clear of Jamie and Kenzie on the inside in turn 1, or by the time we got there, expecting to have to, potentially sail it off just to make sure that everyone got through all right. And then I cleared Jamie, and I look up, and Arturus was braking well before I expected somebody to be slowing for the first corner. I think just being exceedingly cautious, which is fair enough around here. And so I just aimed for the berm on the inside of turn 1 and hope for the best, and let off the brakes to kind of hopefully clear Arturus before I got through, which I think I did. And,
you definitely did, yeah. It was like some sort of magic trick. How can you throw a car sideways into a race and not hit anyone? It was fantastic to watch.
Yeah.
It was a spectacle.
Yeah, and then I actually was running all right there before Tony had to run up the inside and kind of shoved me off. I don't think he realized it at the time, but a couple laps later, and that set me back a fair bit. That was the second trip through the grass in turn 1 for me. And then I think Arturus made a move and kind of bounced himself off me and spun into Simon. I think I seemed to be at kind of the center of the storm for most of the race.
Yeah, I think you were the only one. There were several storms.
Yeah.
There was a hurricane going on behind you at the start of the first race. It was all sorts of carnage. But in the end, not a bad result in finish. Good points for 5th in the second race. Where was your finishing position in the first?
5th. It was
5th.
2
Oh,
fifths,
2
which,
fifths.
yeah, I mean,
At least you're consistent.
knowing I hadn't put as much practice in because of Daytona, I think my goal was to survive and get points, and I feel like I did a decent job of that, so I can't be too upset.
No, not at all. Great racing
Also,
tonight.
how about Adam? Sorry.
Oh, no, brilliant.
I'm remiss to mention my exceedingly talented teammate who won his first race in the V8s today. He was very. I'm sure he probably sounded calm, cool, and collected in his interview, but he was not on the radio.
It's not official yet. It's under a steward's review.
Can you imagine taking that away? He'd come and find out where you lived. No, you're right, and I didn't realise it was his first one because he's been successful before, but I didn't realise it was his first victory. So, yeah, massive celebrations going on in the Wright household tonight then.
Yeah, I told Adam I was super happy for him, except for that very little selfish part of me that feels like this is a continuation of all of my teammates winning in the V8 and me not winning. Which I'll have to fix that at some point, but for now I'm really happy for Adam. He did a really stellar job defending from Tony, from what I could hear. So he absolutely earned it.
Oh, he did a great job of racing tonight, and so did you. Anybody else you'd like to have a shout out to before we let you go?
You guys, of course, for the broadcast, especially you people in double duty with Daytona, but of course Clyde and Sam as well. Shout out to Simability for sponsoring the series. Really great. I think honestly we had some pretty good turnout considering Daytona's going on right now, so really looking forward to the rest of the season. And shout out to everyone in the BSTV Spectre 6 Esports Racing with Clyde Whiting team who is competing at Daytona. Rob, Gary, Matt, Russell, Steven, Wobbly, and me and you. So yeah, good luck to them for the rest of the race.
Some stuff. In that case, we will see you next in a V8 at Belle Isle. Congratulations tonight, and get back to Daytona.
Thanks, everybody.
So just before I bring Vincent in, Pete, is there a story behind how my name got into the team name?
If there is, then I don't know it yet.
I noticed that when I logged in to watch the start of the race.
Yeah.
Very strange.
I don't know who's done that, but apparently the team name is so long that Wobbly had a job actually pressing select because the select button was so small.
Well, obviously, with my name being on it, that's why they're doing so well. Anyway, let's bring in, last but not least, Mr. Vincent Skilbeck. Welcome to the booth.
Morning.
Good morning. It's morning for you. A night to forget, maybe. Race 1, your internet dropped you like an unwanted prostitute's baby. Race 2, anywhere that there was action on the track, and I mean action as in cars facing in the wrong direction, you seem to be involved in it. Tell us about how wonderful Knockhill is.
Yeah, it's a perfectly good place to have a V8 race. Surely. Yeah, look, I didn't do much practice. I was more focused this week on the 24-hour than V8 race, but I still had fun, at least, sort of.
Yeah, okay, so how is your team doing in the Daytona race then?
We decided not to qualify, so starting back at the pack in the GT3 field, so that put us 21st. We currently, with our fuel saving strategies that we have going on at the moment, we are currently net P4. We're hoping to be at least maybe in the lead by near the end of the race.
Okay, so
yeah,
things going better at Daytona than they did at Knockhill. Although, to be fair, there are some, and forgive me because I'm terrible with track names in Australia, but you've got some of these strange little circuits, haven't you, that the V8s go to?
Yeah, we do, and there is definitely a couple of them coming to iRacing in the near future, which we're very, very excited about. So, can't wait to get my hands on that and drive around them.
Yeah, that we certainly do need some more of those. Next time out, Belle Isle. So, out of the frying pan into the fire. Suppose you'll get a bit more practice for Belle Isle?
I think so. I don't think it clashes with anything at the moment that I can see at the moment. But, yeah, hopefully I'll get some more practice in at Belle Isle. It's a track I do know, so it won't take me long to get back up to pace. I think it's just, I've stepped back from the V8 a little bit, but I just gotta get my feet back into it, and focus with Scops coming back up. So I've just got to start putting in practice for Scops. So yeah.
And when you say you've stepped back from the V8s a bit, is that stepping back from racing in general, or have you been concentrating on another car?
No, so it means stepping back from the V8 official series. So there's no Australian series for me or the American series. I just decided I've had enough of the lap 1 shenanigans. I wasn't very happy driving the car at all. So I decided to step back official racing. and just focus on league racing. So I might make appearances in GTs and stuff like that if I feel like it. But yeah, for now, yeah, just sticking to league races.
Okay, well, you're always welcome to come and make a guest appearance in our 992 series whenever you want. So it'd be good to see you in that. So any shout outs you want to give before we let you go?
Yeah, everyone over at Wheelie Bins that keeps Wheelie Bins running. My teammates for the 24 hour doing an awesome job at the moment. You guys for the broadcast, Simability for helping you guys out this year with the sponsorship, which is really, really awesome. And to your teams in the 24 hour, hope you guys do well too.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Vincent Skilbeck, and we'll see you next time out.
Yeah, catch you guys in Belle Isle.
Okay, Pete, so that is all of our interviews over. Now, we don't do a driver of the meeting in V8s, but I think all of us would agree it would be a team thing this race for NQR for their amazing sportsmanship at the end there.
Yeah, absolutely. You don't get too many leagues where you'd see that happen, and this is definitely one of them. And it's something that we've been promoting for a very long time. It bleeds into our other leagues as well. Sportsmanship is utterly promoted in each of them, and it shows through, and it makes for a better racing experience. You know, there's a lot of people a bit like Vincent who are disenchanted with official racing, so they find good racing in these leagues, and having the sportsmanship in the league is something else that bolsters ours. So it's fantastic to see. So yes, the NQR boys, hats off to you both.
Yeah, could you imagine that happening in an official race? There'd be a riot, wouldn't there? And
Yeah.
protests and all sorts going on. But okay, Sam, any final words from you? Looked like a bit of a hectic one for the cameraman.
Nah, that's fine. No, to be honest, if they can do that for the whole season, that would be great. Congrats to Adam for his first win. It's great. Thanks to Chris for being an awesome man and a super sportsmanship man. It's great. Shame for Ant. Couldn't show his pace today, which I'm sure he had because we saw him winning over Adam, which won today, and Tony. So, it's a bit of a shame, but looking forward for Belay. To Belay.
Yeah.
Well, you make that in English, and that's okay.
Well, if as you both sort of alluded to there, if the rest of the season is going to be anything like that, and bear in mind Belle Isle, there'll probably be more cars on the track as well because Daytona won't be going on. I think it's going to be a fantastic season. So what have we got coming up in the next 7 days on BSTV? We are back in GT4 TCR action on Wednesday. Coming to you from... Go on, Pete, it's your big chance.
Pay attention to what you were saying, honestly. I heard my name and I was like, what?
Where are you racing on Wednesday?
Did you tell me before you did, didn't you?
Is not a test.
Can't remember, I've forgotten.
Right, you're at Brands Hatch.
There we go, we're at Brands Hatch,
So,
folks.
as you can tell, Pete has done loads of practice already. Next Saturday, we are back with the 992 Challenge, and that is from the fantastic Chicago Street Circuit. And then on Sunday, we're back in truck action from Michigan. So some fantastic racing coming up for you on BSTV Esports. It just leaves me to thank Pete and Sam for joining me in the booth. I know Pete is going to be up through the night racing one of our cars at Daytona and trying not to crash it because he knows the grief he will get from me when I get up in the morning. Big thanks to all of our racers for the 18 cars that managed to show up and get their Daytona scheduling correct. Some fantastic racing from you guys. Big thanks to Simability, our principal sponsor. As we said before, if you're in need of some adapted controls, or you know somebody that is, you now know where to go and get them sorted out. Just leaves me to say good night, everybody. Once I've shut up, I'll let Pete and Sam say good night, and then we'll close the broadcast, and everybody can get back to their Daytona coverage. Good luck to everybody competing through the night. Hope your car stays clean, unless it's in front of one of our cars, and then I hope you die a horrible death. So, good night, everybody.
Yeah, everybody, thanks to Simability again, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah, thanks, everybody, and see you Wednesday.